Well, I mean, we might as well just keep the Avatar train rolling. That is going to be our first big topic to discuss this evening. And I don't know how deep we want to get into this conversation regarding the show, just because it was only really a first look that was released. Let me just go ahead and pull the image up. So we got our first official look at the cast members in their roles. The main cast members anyway. And let me just go ahead and bring it up so we can look at them.
While you're doing that, I feel like Netflix had an opportunity to just take over for a day, and they just were like, here's 4 pictures.
Well, that's because it wasn't it was within an announcement of their con, their Tadum announcement.
I know, and I feel like
it's a tease, Brian. They can't give us everything on a silver platter.
I mean, they released a little teaser with the logos for each nation.
I saw that.
I saw that. Like, I thought it was a teaser trailer, and it was
so did I.
Just, like all the logos, and I was like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah. Okay. I'm sure they're saving it for Comic-Con. Comic-Con's in a month,
probably.
I could see them. I mean, I don't know if Netflix attends Comic-Con, but I could see something being dropped around there.
They might.
But here, let's go through these photos. So first up, obviously,
look at how perfect. Look how perfect. Look at him.
So little.
Look at how perfect he is. I love it so much. He looks so good.
He looks really good.
He looks so good.
I'm still so in the animated phase that I am having a hard time with any of them, like the way they look.
If I had to be super picky, I would say the arrow is too far close to his brow line.
His eyebrows.
But they need to do that because they want everyone to definitely see that is an arrow
with the camera angles, and
so I get it. But yeah, I mean, it's always going to be an adjustment going from animation, especially animation like that, to live action.
I love that you can just tell this is within the first few episodes of the animated show too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's definitely when he's at the Southern Water Tribe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's.
I feel like you're Jake gonna finish it right around the time this comes out, and I'm very curious how that will play
probably. I kind of already decided, and my Avatar reaction for this month is a few days late. I was only able to record one in the time that I was allotting for 2, but things came up. I'm recording the second tomorrow, so you guys should have it this week. I think I'm gonna kind of double down and just do a lot more. I'm not gonna wait anymore because it comes out. I think it comes out at the beginning of next year. So I want to make sure that I am done in time, and I don't want to kind of just rush through a bunch of episodes at the end.
Season 3. I now understand why everyone said make it to that, because season 3 was just
season 3 is one of the best seasons of television.
Hitting.
It's so good.
Jake, you've got it. So are you watching it through Netflix?
No.
Oh, okay. Because Netflix,
well, it's on Netflix, but I can watch it on Netflix, but I watch it through Paramount Plus.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know how they structure it, but so I didn't realize. So when I finished it last night, you know how each one's kind of by chapters.
Mm-hmm.
They took the last 4 because it's all one book chapter, whatever, and mushed it together. So I thought I still had 4 episodes left, and it was just the whole entire ending combined into an hour and a half episode.
It's so good.
For it to just keep going straight, I was just oh my god, what is going on? So be careful when you do season 3, because there's a couple times where they mush a couple together into an hour and a half.
That's all good.
I just looked at the IMDb listing of all the episodes, and the last 4 are part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4.
Because I Wikipedia it, and it said that there are 21 episodes, but I didn't realize 16 through 21 is basically all one story broken
There's
up.
There's a couple two-parters within that season, and then the last 4 are kind of an all-in-one deal.
Yeah. So, because I was sweet, that was great. There's still 4 more episodes, and I was where's the Where's the next one? Nope. The end.
I need more.
Yeah.
All right, next photo we got. A little water
Oh,
bending
look
happening.
at her. Look at that precious babe. Look at her.
I love her coat, her little outfit.
I know. And she's not white. Suck it, M. Night Shyamalan. Suck it. Her and Sokka are not played by white people.
I heard that Sokka is a white person, but they're... I don't know. It's some whole thing.
Is it a whole thing?
Like...
I don't think so. His name is Ian Owsley. He's American, but I don't think he's white. He's not white.
Yeah, people were questioning his Native
heritage.
American heritage.
Oh, yeah. Apparently in January of last year, he was accused of lying about his Cherokee heritage.
I don't
know. That.
I'm not here to...
And here he is.
Oh, he looks good, though.
I think out of all of them, he looks the best.
God, that outfit.
He looks pretty spot on.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks so
He's got
good.
like that long face that Zuko kind of had. Or not Zuko, excuse me. Sokka has. And I don't know. It just kind of looks spot on. All I know is he better be funny because he was
that costume.
I know. They really have a lot to live up to as far as the humor goes for this show. And I think they'll be able to pull it off.
As long as we get a cactus juice, it's the quenchiest. Like, I just need that, and I need that in my life, and I need water tribe.
Yeah,
I need that too.
I think he's the most if we're comparing, like, put them next to
him and Aang.
Yeah, I think they're pretty spot on.
Freaking on.
Yeah, they did a great job on him.
Oh, he looks so fucking good.
And then finally,
baby Zuko.
Yeah.
Look at baby Zuko. I'm not a fan of the scar. I think the scar does look like a black eye and not a burn.
It could be a little bit bigger and darker.
Yeah, it might be extra shadowy because of the helmet.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we see more of like a healed burn scar. Like, you know what those look like? Like, I hope it looks more like that and not so much like a black eye. But I sent you guys a TikTok of it earlier. The cast were doing interviews, and the kid who plays Aang and the guy who plays Zuko sound, just natural voices, sound exactly like he sounds like Dante Bosco, like voice wise, and Aang also sounds like Aang, like in the animated series. So like the casting is just so good. And now all over TikTok, I'm getting all these TikToks of like the main four cast, all of them together, hanging out, doing fun stuff. So like, you know that the chemistry between the four of them is just going to be so freaking good. I'm so goddamn hyped. I'm so excited.
They nailed the casting.
It's so good.
Already. And whoever cast Molly, what's his name? The Zuko's uncle.
Iroh?
Paul Sung Hung Lee.
Yeah.
I'm kind of upset we didn't get a look at Iroh, to be honest. I'm a little upset.
They're gonna save him for a trailer or something. They're gonna
that was the most genius casting. Appa, I'm very curious how they make that look.
Yeah. I was saying Appa as in his character from Kim's Convenience, but yes, Appa too.
But yes, also Appa.
I haven't actually, because I kind of stayed away from it because out of fear of like something getting spoiled. Did they already cast the Fire Lord?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Daniel Day Kim.
Oh, that's perfect.
It's so good. The cast is like literal perfection. It's so good.
It's funny because when I was watching it yesterday,
Yes, Daniel Day Kim. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that is perfection casting. And what was I going to say? I was like walking around, and I heard him talking, and I was like, I know that voice. And I was like, that's not who I think it is. And realize it's...
What, Ozai?
Yeah. I didn't realize it was Mark Hamill. Yeah. Like, no one had ever told me. And I was just walking around and I was like, I know that voice. And I just sat there and like listened and I was like, this has hints of like cartoon Joker. And I was like looking it up.
Imagine that.
Yeah. And then I was
Mark
like,
Hamill.
Holy crap, I should have known. Gordon, that is the one
I think they did cast her.
Did they?
I'm pretty positive they announced who she was. Like they announced they announced the guy who's playing the cabbage guy.
Oh yeah. I haven't looked at...
It's the voice actor. The guy who does his voice is also playing him in the series.
Cute. Yeah. I haven't looked at the full like announcements.
I'm like 75% sure they announced.
Oh my god, they already cast Toph too.
Did they?
The white girl.
I love Toph.
Oh, this can't be right. Oh, is this the movie? Source? I think I'm looking at the wrong one. Yeah, I think I'm looking. Okay.
I was like,
oh, you're already looking at the movie.
I was like, there is no way there's this many white people playing these characters.
That's the M. Night Shyamalan film.
Yeah, my bad. That was the wrong one. I clicked movie instead of TV because it's like got like some random white person, and I'm like, there's no way they have to do that as a white person.
Here's a cool little photo of Daniel Day Kim and the young man that plays Aang. Where's that photo at?
He's so cute. Who plays Aang? He's
Danny Pudi is in it.
Oh god. Oh, him as Ozai is the freaking best.
I didn't know he was who it was, but that's exactly who I was hoping it was gonna be that played him. So like my mind's kind of blown.
That casting is so freaking dope.
Oh my god, that is amazing. Oh, they did cast Azula. Elizabeth Yu.
Is she hot?
She can play the character. She got a nose ring.
Because Azula is definitely hot. Both literally and like, yeah, she's hot temperature wise and like looks wise because firebender. Anyway, I see. Yeah.
Here,
she's very cute. Oh yes.
She looks like she could play just the looks alone. I'm confident.
We can Agni Kai any day. That's cool.
That's
how old is she? Before we get too far into
yeah, that's right. How old is she?
Definitely underage.
Oh no! Just kidding. Oh no! How old is she? Well, if she's Azula, she should be over 18. I would hope so. Oh no! Don't cancel me, please. I don't know how old she is. Oh no! Well, she's very pretty.
I can't find it anywhere. It's not like listed.
What's her name, Brian?
Don't look it up. I don't want to be shamed.
Elizabeth Yu. Oh, I found it. Hold on. She is 2002.
Oh, she's fine. She's 21. Get off it.
Okay, it's good. Okay.
Suck it. Yeah, we can Agni Kai.
This is correct. I'm just making sure no one gets in trouble.
Don't cancel me, please.
It's so funny. It literally has a cabbage merchant. Like that's literally. Yeah, I'm looking off of IMDb. That's why.
My cabbages.
Oh, they have mine too. Oh my god.
Now I want to rewatch this, and I don't have time with our Rebels rewatch.
I don't have time to rewatch Avatar.
Dang, so they pretty much cast everyone.
Well, because they're pretty unless they royally like drop the bomb and it's absolutely goddamn awful. They're guaranteed 3 seasons.
Well, as far as I am remembering this show, they're going to do they're basically going to adapt straight the animated show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're building a universe on Netflix for the Avatar world. And I know that the animated show is already coming where they're young adults. And they have planned for a movie, I think.
A movie?
I think they have plans for a movie. And all of it is taking place on Netflix. Like, Netflix has the rights to everything. Like,
they better not mess it up.
I'm surprised it's not over on Paramount, to be completely honest.
Well, I think Nickelodeon lost the rights, or Netflix bought them out, or something. I don't think it's Nickelodeon anymore.
Jared Tylee is played by. Oh, I'm not going to even butcher this name. Momana Tamada. She's very young looking. Here, I'll show you.
They're all very young looking.
Well, yeah, obviously. This is her.
Oh, she's cute.
Wait, is
I
that?
can see that.
That's the kid from. That's from Adam Project, right, Jake? No, maybe I haven't seen it. So, because isn't that the Percy Jackson kid?
No, that's not. That's a Disney Plus series.
Oh,
right. What you're looking at.
She looks familiar.
She looks.
Babysitter's Club.
Oh,
yeah, that's not Adam Project. That's a different show. It should tell you on screen, Brian, if you're on IMDb.
Secret Headquarters.
Yeah, that was the Owen Wilson show that flopped.
Yeah.
Womp womp.
There's an Owen Wilson show.
Yeah, he's on a Disney Plus show called Secret Headquarters.
Oh.
I've never seen it, but I've seen his face. So.
Interesting.
I'm
so excited for this. Me too, because yes.
I was just gonna say I think after the giant flop that was the movie, I think I have a lot of faith in where this is headed, especially with how the casting has been.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They know
they can't fuck it up.
Yeah. If they mess this up, that property's dead in the water for a while. And at least anything with Netflix.
I think that's why I'm so excited and so okay with another live adaptation of this, because like the animated series is like one of the best things ever, but because the live action was so royally butchered, I'm like, let's fix that. I'm okay if it's a scene for scene exactly the same as the animated series. That would be better than the god awful movie that we got. So gimme.
The only, and I haven't finished the show, but and I don't know if any of you remember this, but in 2020, when the show was being developed, announced, kind of went into creation, the creators actually left. I don't know if you guys know
that I knew that, and that
so the creators of the show left, and it's new people taking it over.
Which is either good or
what do you mean by creators?
So sources tell
Avatar.
So sources tell the Hollywood Reporter that there were creative differences between DiMartino and Konietzko, Netflix, and other creatives throughout the development process over how to adapt the animated series to live action. Those differences ultimately led to the creators' departure.
Okay, well, the two of them only did a handful of episodes, or directed, I should say. There's a bunch of other people that are credited for working on it. So
here's what I want to know: did they also have a hand in the movie? Because movie was produced by Nickelodeon. So did they have a hand in the movie? Because we saw how that turned out. So
maybe Sean says they might have come back as consultants. Honestly, that's probably better to have them as
I think that's better.
Oh, cool. When I finished it last night, I was wondering if it actually ever won any big awards, and it did win an Emmy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was the only it only won one time, but
Dave Filoni worked on some of it.
Mm-hmm.
He directed some of it.
They won it for outstanding individual achievement in animation.
I'm excited for the soundtrack too, of how the music is better.
Ooh, yeah.
They cannot. There's certain things that certain properties you cannot mess up.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do, you're in big trouble. This is one of them.
Yeah. Well, Netflix also really, really needs it. They're losing a lot of subscribers, and they're also losing a lot of big name projects that they've had for a long time. Like Stranger Things is about to end. That's
what happens when you make it impossible to password share anymore. So
Stranger Things is about to end with season 5. They've lost a couple other big series over the past couple of years. Their final season of shows coming. Movies haven't done as well as they thought they would.
With the writer's strike, a lot of stuff just isn't happening.
So Netflix just really needs it in general. They need it to do well. They can't screw it up for their platform.
Not to mention, Go ahead. Sorry.
Every other service has some major property. They've gotten the rights to something, and they're continuing to make projects on those properties. You know, Prime, it may not be the #1 best on the platform, but they had the Lord of the Rings franchise as far as the series goes. Disney obviously has Star Wars and Marvel. Paramount has all the Star Trek stuff that they're building out. I mean, it's crazy. Like Netflix, it's crazy to think that 10 years ago they were the top dogs, and now
they were the only dogs almost.
Yeah.
Now they're in my opinion, they're one of the weaker streaming services as far as content.
Keep putting stuff out, trying to be the next Stranger Things, and like not giving it a chance to really flourish.
Canceling stuff after a season.
Yeah. People are getting frustrated with it and just being like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
They don't want to get sucked into a show just to have it end.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, the
first season.
All the shows I watch, -1, are coming to an end. So like, there's nothing to keep me. If this Avatar just sucked, the only thing keeping me there is Heartstopper. Like that's literally it.
Liar.
Even then,
Don't
like
lie.
I'm sure
Don't lie.
No,
the reality shows.
The reality shows are fantastic, but
good on Netflix.
Yes, but like, if you're gonna ask me between watching just basically Love Is Blind for $20 a month, I'm not gonna do it. Like, I mean, my main shows are Heartstopper, Love Is Blind, Never Have I Ever, which is over.
I'm sorry, nobody is subscribing to Netflix to watch Love Is Blind.
Listen.
I mean, there are definitely
as
people.
fun and stupid and ridiculous as the show is, because I watch it with Gabby.
Yeah.
Nobody's subscribing to the platform.
I don't know. After hearing how much of a train wreck the live season 4 thing was, I wonder if people were like, really?
Maybe.
When's season 5?
Maybe.
Yeah. I will, because I mean that is true though, because like with HBO, I would pay for HBO just to watch House of the Dragon. Like,
yeah.
Or The Last of Us.
Or The Last of Us.
That's true. That is true because, I mean, Jake, I don't know if you felt this way, but for the longest time, we were like, HBO Max sucks. Like, I mean...
Well, it just didn't have anything new. Like, when Disney came out, when Disney dropped their platform, they dropped a whole bunch of things with it on top of the nostalgia factor, right? Mm-hmm. Like, they dropped Mando, and they dropped, even though it wasn't great, they dropped, like, the Lady and the Tramp movie. They had all this new content coming with it. HBO came out. HBO just dropped a platform, and it was just all old stuff. There was nothing new on it. And then after like months, they started like filtering stuff off and then putting new stuff on rather than just keeping it all there for people to watch. Like the Harry Potter movies weren't on there for like 4 months. Why? Yeah. It's one of your biggest properties. Anyway,
because they didn't. Peacock had the rights to them.
Yeah, but
it's
such a, I don't know. It's funny to think that now, like for myself, like obviously you put Stranger Things with Netflix, like that's a given, but I don't like when I think of a service, I think of, okay, Apple, and even though it just ended, the immediate thought was Apple had Ted Lasso. Boom. Like Ted Lasso's on Apple. Disney obviously has, again, Star Wars and Marvel. Prime, for the majority of people, the Lord of the Rings series, and then there's some other stuff like for me, like the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel and Jack Ryan and stuff like that.
Hulu's got Machina,
like
Fox, it's
got, and Hulu's got a bunch of random stuff on there.
Hulu's just TV shows. You can find
like it's a bunch of random FX stuff.
Hulu is my Gordon Ramsay kingdom. It was over.
Yeah, my mom freaked out because it logged out and she couldn't watch her soap operas, and I was like, "No, it just logged out." Like she's like, "Don't cancel it. This is my only place to find soap operas."
Well, and when I think of Netflix,
maybe The Boys too.
Oh, The Boys.
Maybe I'll say Stranger Things like right now, but when Stranger Things ends, when I think of Netflix, there's not an immediate thing that pops in my head. There's not.
For me,
like when I think of the other ones, there's an immediate reaction to what is on that platform.
Mm-hmm.
But for Netflix, I'd be like, well, what is their top dog?
Well,
like, what is the number one thing?
And every time you think of that, it's things that are ending. Stranger Things, Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai's last season.
Well, Netflix bought the rights to Cobra Kai after 2 seasons. They didn't even have it originally.
They didn't. Yeah, it wasn't theirs.
I don't know. This is like a big deal. I'm not going to say it's like a make or break for the platform, But
yeah, I think it is.
It might be.
I think it definitely is.
At least when it comes to original series. And not, I'm not talking about original like reality series. I mean like original scripted series that might if it flops like.
So here's
maybe to this size.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is a very big thing, like big size.
I think this is their make or break for doing anime properties because
they up Death Note.
They dropped Death Note. That was horrible. They dropped Cowboy Bebop. That was terrible.
Oh, they did. That's right.
They just put out.
Who's doing One Piece? Is it One Piece?
I don't know, but they just put out the trailer and it did not get that great of reaction from people.
Is that Netflix?
Yeah, Netflix has it.
Chat will let me know.
Yeah, Netflix has One Piece. Netflix basically has like the animes. So if they mess up that one and then Avatar, like you should not be doing it anymore. That's four major properties.
Yeah.
And I'm not even an anime person.
Mm-mm.
So like I'm just going off of what people are saying on social media, and it seems like they're not doing a great job because these shows are getting one season done, and it's just like,
well, it just goes back to what the conversation has been around for a long time around Netflix, at least the last like 5 years, that they just put out way too much content. Like there is way too much content on that platform that they put out as original stuff on a constant basis. You know, even like buying properties that end on like just a basic cable television, like a CBS or an NBC, and then they finish it out on Netflix. Like that's money that can go towards something else that could be a little bit more important, right? To add value to that platform. But right now, like if my dad wasn't into streaming services like he is, and say he's like just an average watcher of things, but he asked me, hey, what should I subscribe to? I would not recommend Netflix.
No.
Like, I wouldn't. I'd recommend Prime. I'd recommend Apple. Disney, it depends on the type of person, because some people
I think Apple's the biggest shock of how like that streaming service went from like
Apple's arguably my favorite.
Yeah, like I remember when it came out, people were like, what are they gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, oh shit, like they're actually putting out really good quality stuff.
And they're
like
putting out
Netflix is trying to do.
And they have the rights or something to like a Godzilla property that's coming. Movie series or something. Yeah.
Apple does? Or
Apple does.
Oh, good for them.
I mean, just talking about For All Mankind alone, the amount of detail they put into that show.
Yep.
Insane. We were in Yellowstone with a couple, actually. They worked on Star Trek stuff, but they also were some of the lead designers of a lot of the sets and stuff. And we talked to them about...
You sent us a picture of their jackets. They were wearing jackets.
Yeah. They were talking about having like astronauts on set and like actual like rocket scientists there working on all that stuff. And they put in the work.
So it says Apple TV announced a series order for a new original live-action series from Legendary's MonsterVerse franchise.
Yeah.
Following the thunderous battle between Godzilla and the Titans that leveled San Francisco.
Yep.
And the new reality that monsters are real. So basically, they bought the rights to Godzilla.
Yeah, it's a live-action Godzilla verse series, which is going to be sick.
So,
I mean, there's so much on that platform. I mean, Ted Lasso, For All Mankind, Shrinking,
Silo.
I was going to say that show. Silo show.
Foundation, Invasion. There's a lot.
It's incredible, honestly.
And they get a lot of big names too.
Yeah.
What's that show that's like the morning?
The morning show.
Oh yeah, it's just called The Morning Show.
Jennifer Aniston. Yeah. Reese
like there's some big names on those projects.
Yeah.
To answer Sensation, Apple does have the rights, and that what I just read was from
a year
January of 2022 that they've had the rights. So they've been probably developing
working on it
a while.
Andy, After Party is getting a new season. You're correct.
Has anyone watched
Platonic is great.
Oh, what's it called?
I thought that's what you were gonna ask.
Mythic Quest.
No.
Alex got into that.
Is it good?
He liked it. He hasn't finished it because he said it kind of got not as good, but it sounded funny, the premise.
Yeah.
All right, real quick before we move on, we got a super chat from one Tim Sim. Tim, thank you so much. Streaming bubble is beginning to show signs of bursting?
No.
Absolutely not.
I mean, streaming is just the way it is from now on. Everything's streaming.
Yeah, unless you watch sports, there's literally no reason to have cable anymore. Even with sports, you can stream sports on YouTube TV now. Like
Apple just bought the rights to the MLS.
Yeah,
so they literally own Major League Soccer.
Well, so just speaking on that real quick, Apple has Friday Night Baseball.
Mm-hmm.
So they have MLS, and Prime Video has the rights to Thursday Night Football.
Hulu has hockey too.
NBC is basically all hockey, and I think they're Peacock. NBC's Peacock.
That's Peacock. Hulu also has hockey too. They have live hockey.
Yeah.
Not to mention, Apple bought the rights to MLS before Messi signed with MLS. Do you think that that's not going to go up now that he's a part of it? It was a preemptive chess move that's going to probably make them a lot of money.
Yeah.
I don't see streaming. I don't see it bursting.
Streaming's not.
We might be talking about Netflix, but when you think of like platforms in general, most of them, they are doing very well. Like very, very well.
Everything I would watch on cable, I watch on streaming now. There's literally zero. There's nothing that's cable exclusive.
I don't know the last time I watched like a CBS or an ABC show that I used to watch when I was like 12, 13, 14.
Like worst case scenario, I'll have to watch a premiere. Like it doesn't drop until the next day, but like whatever, that's fine.
Well, and it's even gotten to the point where cable networks are taking stuff like that off of their channels, like the CW,
to get people to pay for the subscription.
Well, the CW for the longest time, ever since Arrow was the home for DC, universe stuff on TV, they're canceling everything. They're getting rid of it all.
Flash is over. Done.
They gave a stupid, idiotic renewal to Superman and Lois, but cut 8 of the 12 returning cast members for budget restraints.
Ew. Why?
And only gave it 10 episodes. So 4 of the 12 recurring characters are returning for 10 episodes. They canceled Gotham Knights, which I didn't watch, but they're getting rid of it all. So that shows where cable network is compared to streaming services.
Yeah. And it's cheap. We did the math. It's actually cheaper to have. Like we have every single.
That's what I was going to say. Cable
it's still cheaper than cable because people are like, "Oh, it's more." No, it's not. We have literally every single streaming service.
We canceled it too.
The main ones, anyway. We don't have like Crunchyroll or like Shudder, but we have like the Netflix, Apple TV. We have Discovery. We have HBO, Amazon. It's cheaper.
That's the one
cable.
I just got.
Which one?
Discovery.
Well, if you have HBO, you don't really need it.
You'd be surprised. There's a lot of stuff that when I went through it, I was like, "Oh,
that's not." Well, that's fair. A lot of the reality stuff they didn't put over there, so that's why I still have both too.
But
yeah,
I mean,
cheaper than cable.
You can literally pay probably for every streaming service that you want and still be under the cost of cable. I mean, my mom I think pays like at least like $120 for cable, and then I pay for basically all the streaming, and I think I'm still below her.
Yeah.
It's like, it's insane. Like, I don't know. Tubi's not bad either, and that thing's free. You just have to watch a couple ads, and it's
I don't mind ads because you have to watch ads with cable television. So like, whatever.
I used to throw the last couple weeks of school, throw on Tubi. We were watching Kitchen Nightmares. Kids were loving it.
That's
so also
funny.
On Hulu. And they're filming new episodes.
Yeah,
it's so funny to think, and this can be like a whole larger conversation, but and I'm not going to say our kids, but my kid, because I don't know if you.
We ain't doing that. That's
like my kid will never understand having to sit through commercials.
Probably not.
Commercials they'll never be a thing again. Streaming services, unless you have like the lowest package on a certain service, you have.
Well, YouTube will have ads, and
YouTube has ads.
That you can pay for.
Does anyone have YouTube TV? That's the only one I don't have any. Okay.
Yeah. That's how I watch all my sports.
Yeah, we don't watch sports, so there's no reason for us to have it.
And every once in a while, like I'll turn it on here in the living room, and I'll put because it has cable within YouTube TV, and I'll go on like TNT, and there'll be a movie on, and I'll just throw the movie on to have on the TV while we're doing stuff around the house or something. But all I do is basically watch it for the live sports aspect. So yeah, golf, as Gabby says,
golf.
It's funny. Go ahead, Brian.
No, I was just gonna say, and I was thinking, Peacock has. I saw someone say WWE, and then I know they have
They have my motocross stuff.
So that's another one. Sport.
Well, I was just even thinking of. I was like, oh wait, The Walking Dead. That's something you can only get on cable. And then I realized, nope, AMC now has a streaming service, so you don't even need that anymore.
and it goes to Hulu.
It goes to Netflix.
It used to go to Hulu because that's how I used to watch Fear the Walking Dead.
But it's not until like a year later.
Yeah,
it's a long delay. But yeah, I was like, wait, Walking Dead, but nope, there's AMC, whatever it's called.
Who watches that show anymore?
I mean, it's over. So, but they have like 5 spin-offs.
Yeah, they have a Daryl Dixon show, and they have
the Daryl show. They have Maggie and Negan. Like they have Rick
and Michonne in some capacity.
Rick and Michonne are going to get their own thing. Yeah. And I'm Norman just loves being Daryl Dixon, apparently, because he's
never going to play anything else.
Yes, he is. He's going to play
Ghost Rider. Damn it.
I don't think he'll be Ghost Rider.
I hope he is.
Unfortunately, I just don't.
Who do you think it's going to be? Keanu?
I would love for them to bring back the guy that was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I don't think that'll happen. Pedro's brother in The Last of Us.
Diego Luna.
Surprise!
Diego Luna.
Cage again.
Diego Luna. No, not Diego Luna. Gabriel Luna.
Oh, Gabriel.
Gabriel, yeah.